young man named Gilbert Morris, who was in my junior high and then high school class. In retrospect, I don't even know what Gilbert's challenges were.
My aunt, Rosemary, had intellectual disabilities growing up, and you know, she was a big part of our lives, and so she played a significant role for me as really also a role model and having a sense of the challenges that people face who have disabilities.
People with disabilities were just not a part of our school lives, and unless you had somebody in your family that had a disability, it just wasn't a part of your life. So I was not exposed to it at all when I was growing up.
I'm very proud of my uncle, Senator Edward Kennedy, who helped, who introduced the America with Disabilities Act. And that was really landmark legislation, and I think probably one of his greatest accomplishments. To ensure that people with disabilities can't be discriminated against in the workplace. And it also ensures that there is public access available for people with disabilities.
The biggest governmental changes that took place, of course, was the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act back in the 1970s, and that was what really started the push. And of course it was driven by parents demanding that their kids be allowed to go to public schools like every other kid. That was really the beginning of the big push towards getting individuals with disabilities integrated into their communities.
Rex is actually blind and autistic. He's an amazing musician.
We're in my class named Roman, and he's really fun. He has these special things around his ankles because he can't walk. And he has these canes, and there's this woman named Christian, and she helps him walk.
As a culture and a society, we have again learned to appreciate how greater integration benefits not only people with those disabilities, but frankly all of the rest of us who don't have the disabilities, who have so much to learn from.
He's in my class and he has a lot of friends, and a lot of the kids in my class help him.
The word retarded seems to be part of the language that everybody uses.
Like at school you hear all the time, like the classroom or walking down the halls. And
You hear like that's retarded.
there are a lot of people at my school that use the word retarded and they don't even realize how offensive it is to the special needs community. Like, you're retarded, you're dumb, like what's wrong with you?
Oh, like you're retarded, whatever. Like I even say it, but like, and it's not that I'm saying something bad about a retarded person. It's just like that's how like our society is.
Having a child with a disability, working with students with disabilities, I'm very sensitive to people using that term and calling each other stupid.
The changes in terminology, I think, reflect the changes in our culture's understanding and appreciation and sensitivity to the needs of people with disabilities.
Now I'm aware of a lot of organizations that are out there.
I try to attend the Special Olympics. My Aunt Eunice Shriver started that program many years ago.
I was involved with the National Down Syndrome Society for 8 years as their spokesman for the Buddy Walk, and now I have just kind of in a natural progression graduated to Best Buddies and the Special Olympics. All three of those groups are amazing support systems.
It is so challenging for kids with disabilities to have friends, to maintain friends, to be able to play and socialize in a situation in a setting that's supervised.
Learn from the people who have these challenges and yet continue to endure and overcome what seem to be, from a distance, extraordinary obstacles and difficulties and challenges.
A great resource has been the Boys and Girls Club up at the high school. It's a place where there's not a huge special needs population, but my son Max goes there on Thursdays and Fridays, and the first thing that happens is that he experiences inclusion, and that's extraordinary. to be included is a big deal for kids with special needs.
And you shake it all around.
There is a growing population of people with disabilities, including autism, and at some point they're going to be adults and going out into the workplace. And I think, the laws are going to need to continue to grow and expand and change to accommodate all of those different needs.
Put your whole self in. Put your whole self out. Put your whole self